Hello and welcome to the Ripple Podcast.
The podcast where we tell you stories about strange and unusual things.
And the ripples they create.
AKA
the story after the story.
I'm Angela.
And I'm Rosa.
And it's way too late.
Recording.
Okay.
So that only took an hour to set up.
Mm-hmm.
And we've finished our beers.
Yep.
But we have one more drink.
Yep. And I finished my salties.
These are fantastic. You've heard
really
about
good.
these on Instagram?
They were a Target ad on Instagram.
Wait, Target?
Targeted.
Oh. Uh-huh.
They're really good though, but they're like these they're kind of like fruit by the foot.
But like salted.
Yeah. Like if you take a fruit by the foot and you stick it on your beer and you put salt on it and lime flavor and chili flavor, and then you have a little salty beer treat. What are you doing?
I'm looking up that candy, that Airhead.
Zingers? Is that what those? No, those are those like ho-ho things.
They're
Hostess things.
They're these Airhead Extremes.
Oh.
Sweetly sour candy. Look.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Should we just start buying those and sticking them on beers?
Well, that's just sugar, so you don't get the salt.
Well, you can add your own salt.
But how much were these?
I don't remember. Not that much, though.
For a pack of how many?
I think I got 2 packs, and each pack has... It doesn't say. Oh, 10. 10 strips.
Okay. Not sponsored.
They should be.
Salties.
They're really good.
Send us a message.
Yeah, so you tried to set up the microphones for an hour, and I stared at Instagram for an hour.
Yeah, how's that work?
It's really great. Adam sent me the Chef's Club Network profile thing, account, and it's really entertaining. So if you ever want to kill an hour of like completely mindless entertainment, go watch them make delicious treats that you'll probably never want to make yourself because they look really complicated.
That's like Pinterest.
It totally is.
I have like 8,000 pins and I've done 2.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's talk stories.
Should we?
And let's not talk coronavirus.
Yeah, I'd prefer that.
Okay.
Our topic was just strange places, right?
Right. Very broad, but actually a lot more difficult than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah, me
I
too.
Didn't find like in-depth stories.
Really?
I had to take.
Oh, I had the opposite problem.
Oh, you found too much information?
Yeah, and I was just like, this is overwhelming. I don't want to deal with this.
I had to like pull from a million different sources, and I felt like everything was the same.
Oh, bummer.
Well, we'll see. Okay.
Maybe we went like totally different directions in it.
Yeah. Who's first this week?
I'm first this week.
Okay.
Which I prefer because then I get to sit back and drink and
listen.
Yep. So I chose The Zone of Silence. Have you ever heard of it?
No, but I do not want to go there.
Oh, I do. I think it sounds amazing.
Oh, no, I could not. I wouldn't last 3 minutes.
Oh. See,
I hate silence. I have to have noise going at all times.
That's true. Now that I think of it, like, and this is probably a problem. I constantly have something playing
in your head
all the time. Well, not in my head.
Oh, I do because I wake up. Yeah, I wake up with a song in my head. You don't do that? I have a song playing at all times in my head. Right now, it's a Hannah Montana song.
Oh, which one?
He could be the one. He could be the one. No.
Are you rewatching Hannah Montana on Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't done that yet.
Oh yeah. I've watched it like probably 4 times every season.
How many seasons are there?
4.
That's it?
She goes to college. They get a new house. She moves out blue jeans. Then there's the movie.
That was really sad.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's playing in my head as I talk with you.
Oh, okay.
But like I wake up in the morning and I have a song playing in my head. You don't have that?
I wake up in the morning and I start playing a podcast.
In your head?
No, not in my head. Like I turn on my phone and I start listening to a podcast.
But you don't have anything going on in your head?
I mean, sometimes I have a song stuck in my head when I first wake up. Mm-hmm. But not always.
Think about it now. Think about it tomorrow morning.
Okay. Because this morning I was trying to remember my dream as soon as I woke up.
Oh, I did.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a crazy dream?
Sometimes I have people that show up that I haven't seen or talked to in many, many years.
Mm-hmm. I've had that too.
And last night I had sex with 2 of them.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's...
you know, but
different.
I haven't seen them in years and years and years. But yeah.
Do you want to give them a shout out?
All I'll say is that they're brothers. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh. Are they twins like a couple episodes back?
No, they are not twins.
Okay.
They're a few years apart. That's all I'm saying.
All right. So back to the silent zone, I guess.
Change of subject.
This is just
quickly.
getting awkward. Silent zone. All right. So in the 1930s, pilot Francisco...
That's a fun name.
I was totally waiting for you to say that.
I had salt in my mouth. That's a fun name.
Sarabia was flying across the Mexico desert when he noticed that his flight instruments began to malfunction. And at the same time, his radio just went completely silent. No static, just like silence.
Isn't that what happens over the Bermuda Triangle?
Now you're thinking like a conspiracy theorist.
Oh, okay.
Just wait.
Okay.
We'll talk about that.
Okay.
So he proceeded to make an emergency landing and to kind of like get his bearings before he realized that the whole area, just like none of his navigational tools would work. So I don't really know what he did after that because none of my sources said, but I assume like he just went back up and started flying again. But anyway.
Wait. Sorry. I always have to know this. Did you say what year this was?
1930s.
Okay. So there wasn't like GPS.
No.
Okay.
No. Long time ago. So once he left the area, his instruments began to function normally again. And this area it's like I said, it's in Mexico in the desert. It's located about 400 miles south of El Paso, Texas, where the Chihuahua, Durango, and Coahuila states meet. I'm sure I said those properly. It's a rural area and it's sparsely populated and it's mostly just cattle ranchers and salt mines. So forward about 30-ish years, in 1964, the PEMEX engineer Harry de la Pina.
Oh, I like that name.
Yeah.
I knew someone named that.
Really?
Uh-huh. His name was Damian de la Pena.
That's fancy.
Isn't that?
Does he like have a tequila distillery? Because he has a great name for it.
He passed away, unfortunately.
Oh. But
he had a great name.
Yeah, it's a pretty great one. Anyway, Harry was surveying the desert to find a suitable area to run an oil pipeline to Jimenez, Chihuahua. And during his search, he entered the zone of silence. Shh. While there, his radios were unusable. And again, it wasn't staticky or anything. It was just completely silent. So he went back several times to verify this weird phenomena. And each time he was met with the same results.
Yeah, that's weird.
Super weird, right? But this only gets weirder. So in 1970, the American Athena test missile was launched from Green River, Utah. And it was set to hit a testing zone, like where it was supposed to impact in White Sands in New Mexico. But instead, it ended up crashing in the mysterious desert region, the Zone of Silence.
It crashed there?
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
It crashed because they lost signals?
It just got like sucked in.
What?
Sucked into the Zone of Silence. Or maybe somebody messed up and they're like, oh, Mexico, New Mexico, whoops.
No.
No, I don't know. I mean,
that would only be 5 for the pilot.
Yeah, super weird. And that's 500 miles off of its intended landing site.
That's a little bit different. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so explain that one, rocket science.
No, can't.
Mm-hmm. I have no idea, and I couldn't find anything that like told me why it happened, but that was like a very verifiable thing that like actually happened.
Okay.
So the U.S. contacted the Mexican government and got permission to clean up their mess, and while they were there, they too discovered that all of their radios and satellite signals would not function at all in this zone. All right. So those are the stories that gave this area this spooky reputation, and it started to attract both scientists and our favorite paranormal investigators.
Cool.
Yeah. So research has shown that there may be some natural anomalies associated with this region. High levels of magnetite.
What's that?
A
mineral?
know. I don't know. Yeah, sure. Have been discovered there.
Like, sounds like magnet.
Right?
I wonder
magnets, don't they make like compasses?
Compasses
spin
crazy.
Around and
and magnite.
I don't even know how What?
That's how a compass works.
Oh, that's how compass works, Adam says.
Yeah.
Okay. This area has been a hotbed for meteorite activity, raising speculation that there may be some unusual magnetic properties associated with the minerals in the chalky clay.
So, like, it's got magnets in it. So, like, a meteorite is attracted to it?
No, I think the meteors put the magnets there.
Oh, I thought, like, the magnets in the ground pulled the meteorites.
Well, I don't know.
Towards it.
This is like I don't really have these answers for
drunk
you.
history / science class. Okay, keep going.
Hey, we've been drinking for a while. So researchers have been trying to determine whether, here's the next line, whether magnetic ore is naturally occurring or is a product of the contamination from thousands of millions of meteors.
But that still doesn't explain why there's so many meteors.
Magnets, Rosa, magnets.
Remember when, like, magnets were super trendy to, like, wear? Not trendy, but, like, health benefiting?
Yeah,
people,
trendy.
Trendy. Like, but people, like, wore them around their ankles or everything.
It was supposed to, like, increase blood flow or something. I don't
help
know.
with pain and...
Yeah, now it's crystals.
Right.
Crystals are the magic.
I'm going to get a crystal-infused water bottle.
Are you really?
I'm going to give you one for your birthday. Just wait. Surprise.
I don't want it.
You do. It's
I have crystals on my beer right now, salt crystals.
I keep licking mine.
All of the health benefits. All right. So the high magnetic properties are results of natural causes, and this should be the reason that so many iron-rich objects from space find... Wait. Oh, okay. That just answered your question. This could be the reason that so many iron-rich objects from space find their way to this remote spot on Earth.
So was I right?
I don't know. Both? All of the above.
C.
Okay. But paranormal investigators don't have time for this unnecessary jibber-jabber sciencey things, okay? Because clearly this is an alien portal.
Yes!
This is what I need to know. The United States intended to destroy with their missile. Doesn't that explain it all? I mean, all of your answers right there. Okay, so after all, the zone of silence is located on the same parallel as the Bermuda Triangle.
I called that.
See, you're pretty much a paranormal investigator. You
and a scientist.
Have a EPT and
early pregnancy test.
And also it's on the same parallel as the pyramids. Clearly.
Wait, the same parallel?
Yeah.
Like across the globe? Mm-hmm. Really? I got that right?
Yeah.
I'm really proud of myself.
You're pretty much, yeah. You should have a badge. This is believed to be the magnetic grid point or portal which Earth's energy is concentrated, which is known to be associated with, of course, UFO activity.
I wish I could see a UFO.
And your favorite word, wormholes.
Wormholes! I say that
all the time.
Yes. I go down them when I'm looking for stuff.
So these strange lights, floating orbs, and burning bushes that are found in this desolate desert area are clearly the result of flying saucers, and aliens have been reported with the degree of abundance. I clearly did not write that line. That was a copy and paste. That's something I would never say.
A degree of abundance? Those are not words that come from your brain.
Whole bunches of them.
That's better.
So ranchers report that the night sky is often filled with mysterious lights and floating aircrafts that land vertically.
Vertically, down.
Like helicopters.
Up and down,
Or UFOs. And that often cause bushes to ignite and catch fire. They're not meteors. They're aliens. Duh. All right. Do you have enough proof?
Or do you need 100%.
More? Oh, okay. I was going to give you some more.
Oh, I would love to hear more just to solidify it.
So if that isn't enough proof, let me tell you about some of the encounters with the Nordic aliens.
What kind of aliens?
Nordic aliens.
Like from Norway?
Yeah, actually. Oh my gosh, you were a pro.
It's because I've had beers.
So I had never heard of the term Nordic aliens before, but they are truly like humanoid things that look like they're Nordic people.
From Norway.
Or Nordic areas. Yeah. So there have been reports of encounters with these strange humanoid creatures. Okay. So they're tall, blonde, long-haired, average-looking people.
Not like Barbie.
So one rancher claims that he encountered them multiple times, and it's always a trio. There's 2 males and a female, and they speak like perfect Spanish, and they're always super polite, which is nice. And they've always been reported to be dressed in unsuitable clothing for the desert. I don't know what that means. Like, are they in like sweaters and
Would they're wearing
galoshes?
clothes?
Yeah. It would be even weirder if they're walking around naked.
Well, I don't picture aliens wearing clothes.
Well, they're Nordic aliens.
Okay.
So as the story goes, these Nordic alien visitors that frequent the ranch. God, Rosa,
Keep going.
what episode are we on? And how many of those has your alarm gone off
It's
in
like
the middle of
a
it?
thing now.
Okay.
Take a shot every time you hear Rosa's alarm go off.
They never like ask for food or anything other than water. So they show up and they're like, water, please.
They drink water?
Yeah. Everything drinks water.
Not aliens.
So I don't know. After they showed up a few times, one of the ranchers was finally brave enough to ask where they were from. And they smiled and they answered, from above. But in Spanish, and I don't know how to say that.
That's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
But how did they, I mean, okay, they're tall and they're blonde and they wear clothes.
Nordic clothes.
So how does he know they're aliens?
They're just really weird. I don't know, because they're blonde and they're tall and they act weird.
But so is Barbie.
I mean, what do you expect? Like little green people?
Yes, with big black eyes.
That would be way too obvious. They're Nordic aliens. It's a thing. Wikipedia it.
Okay.
It's a thing.
I believe you. 100%.
Okay. And if that wasn't a proof enough, I have more for you.
Keep going because I need it.
So there was a researcher who got lost in the desert. And he reported...
By himself?
I guess so.
What was he doing in the desert by himself?
Researching.
Okay.
And he was doing his research and stuff, and he got lost. And, of course, he's in the silent zone, so it's not like you can, like, phone a friend. And then, all of a sudden, the 3 Nordic aliens showed up, and they directed him back to his research center, which is really nice.
Yeah, they sound like really nice.
They're very polite. And then, another report made by a couple who went out to the desert, and they were searching for fossils, and they weren't paying attention to the weather or something. There's a flash flood. So they get in their car, and they're trying to drive away real fast, and they get stuck in the mud, and they're just like, oh shit, we're going to drown, or whatever happens in flash floods.
Okay.
When all of a sudden, 2 tall, blonde, white dudes wearing matching long raincoats and ball caps show up out of nowhere, and they push the car to safety.
These are the nicest sounding.
They're pretty great aliens, right?
I've ever heard of, because all the other stories of aliens I've heard is like anal probing.
Yeah,
These ones are like pushing cars.
I would prefer
out of mud.
Pushing cars over pushing things up your butthole. And when they looked back to thank them, they were gone. The aliens just disappeared.
Well, they're very nice.
Yeah, they're very nice. So that's my story about the silent zone, the Mexico silent zone, aka the Zona del Silencio. And I do have, I mean, this is a weird story to pick for like a ripple, but I do have a little bit of a ripple.
Okay.
And that is that obviously the U.S. government isn't going to tell us the truth about the alien wormholes.
Obviously.
But in 1977, the area became protected, and it is called the Mamipi, which I'm sure I'm saying improperly, Biosphere Reserve. And it was established to protect the fragile ecosystem composed of lots of cool things like this purple cactus called the Macrocentra, pumas, mule deers, sand cranes, and a desert kit fox. And yeah, it's a super cool fragile little ecosystem that they have there.
That because it's protected, does that mean that people can't go on it?
Kind of. So a lot of it is ranch property, and they graze cattle there, and I think it's protected to like prevent overgrazing and damage to desert tortoise and things like that.
Sure.
But because it's mostly private property, you really can't go there anyway unless you go to one of the ranches that does tours. And there are tour ranches. Like, so you can give it a Goog and find a ranch that will give you a tour of the area.
So they are allowing people on the property, but you have to have permission.
Right.
Okay.
So don't trespass and don't mess with the purple cactus.
I would like to see a purple cactus.
They're really pretty. There's lots of pictures of them. We'll post it on the Instagram.
Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, that was interesting. Weird.
Yeah.
Super weird. I still don't understand it. And those blonde aliens are throwing me for a loop.
Mm-hmm.
But
Nordic aliens.
I like it.
The nice aliens. And my drink was Pacifico because Mexico.
Oh, got it.
I totally had to like double check that it was in fact Mexico.
Oh, yeah.
Cerveza. Yeah, but we finished that long before we started recording.
Obviously.
Yep. Oh, there's one
Uno
more.
más.
Adam.
Look at me in Spanish.
Oh, you're so themed.
Yeah.
On theme.
On theme.
On theme.
Well, I have a drink for you too. So
cool.
Since my beer is empty,
I have like a tiny bit more.
grab
left.
two glasses.
Two
from
glasses.
up top. Actually, 3 if Adam would like to try.
Adam's here today.
We have a guest in the Podseum. So, So, take a whiff of that. Tell me what that is.
Oh, I was not expecting to be hit with that. It's coffee.
It's coffee, freshly brewed. It's actually Bones coffee. Have you ever heard of Bones coffee? It's like my new favorite. You get it. You have to order it online, and they have so many fun flavors, and they all have like really cool, like kind of Dias de los Muertos pictures on them, like cinnamon bun, but it's like cinnamon bun.
Okay.
And they have there's a whole bunch of them, but this is Bones coffee. Wait, did you get one for Adam?
I did it because he's not going to drink that.
Oh, he doesn't like coffee?
He does not like coffee.
Oh,
Which is weird.
okay. So there's
Coffee is like
life.
lifeblood.
There's some coffee poured, and now in this little container I have a little mixture going on.
It looks like Kahlua.
You are correct. So I'm pretty much making a White Russian. Oh, that ice cube made me spill. All right. Oh, that ice cube made me spill.
Have you been sick by our weird combinations of drinks yet?
Never once.
Neither have I, and I'm really surprised because going from Pacifico to a White Russian is quite the combination we have going on here tonight.
Not the typical.
That's really good.
Yummy, right?
So is it just Kahlua, or did you put other things in it too?
I put creamer.
Oh, okay.
Like a
that
Bailey's
because it is
creamer.
very sweet.
Yeah, it's really sweet. And yeah, Kahlua and a little bit of vodka.
Perfect.
Mm-hmm. And obviously the Bones coffee.
Well,
you'll figure out in a second why that's my drink.
Okay.
So, you didn't give your sources.
Wikipedia, of course. A YouTube video that I watched from Paranormal. What was it called? Infographics was a big part of it. And then the website for the bioreserve, which I think if you just Google it, it's their website. It comes up. I didn't actually write that down. But most of that was also from their Wikipedia page.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right, here's mine. cntraveler.com, Wikipedia, at BSCURA.com.
What happens every week. You just end up spelling it out.
NationalGeographic.com. And there's one more that I'll tell you at the end.
Okay.
So I'm going to take you like on a little tour. Like this is a travel agency and I'm going to get you to come and visit this place.
Oh, fun.
So the location is in the Czech Republic.
Okay.
It's about 43 miles east of Prague.
All right.
And the best way to reach it is by taking a 55-minute train journey from Prague to, and I'm going to slaughter this, but it's Kutná Hora.
Kutná Hora.
Kutná Hora. And it's one of the most visited tourist attractions with over 200,000 visitors annually.
That's a lot. It doesn't sound appealing so far.
And
lots of people.
It will literally welcome you into its space with open arms.
That's nice.
The Church of All Saints seems rather unassuming from the outside.
Okay.
But lurking underneath is an enthralling tale of mystery and death.
Ooh.
So what you're going to do, you're going to pull up to this Church of All Saints.
Okay.
And you walk in, and then you're going to walk down a small staircase. And you're going to go into the lower chamber. And you're going to come upon the Sedlic ossuary. And I don't know if I'm saying that correctly.
I don't know what that is.
I'll give you a definition of an ossuary. And this is a straight definition from dictionary.com. It's a chest, box, building, well, or site.
That's a broad range.
Mm-hmm. But you'll see why.
Okay.
It's to serve as the final resting place of human skeletal remains.
Ooh.
They are frequently used where burial space is scarce.
Okay.
So a body is first buried in like a temporary grave, and then after many years the skeletal remains are removed and then placed in an ossuary.
Wait, what? Did they bury them first, or they just put in like a coffin or something?
No, they're buried.
They bury them, they dig them up, and then they put them in here?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's a lot of work.
Total. So in 1278,
It's a big difference.
a little bit. There's this guy, Henry, who was the abbot of this monastery. And an abbot, I had to look this up because I didn't know either. Do you know what an abbot is?
I have no idea. I know who Christmas Abbott is.
Oh, she's rad.
She's badass.
I never put her name together with that. That's a very biblical name she has.
Is it spelled the same way?
Abbot?
I think so. Or is it 2 T's? I don't know.
But an abbot is like someone that's kind of like a higher up in a church.
Oh,
okay. So
I don't know any church things.
Well, I'm gonna school you on some church stuff. And so he was the abbot of this church.
Got it.
And he was sent to the Holy Land, or Jerusalem, by the order of King Oktar II of Bohemia.
Oh, yeah, him.
Mm-hmm, he's super cool. So when he comes back, he brings some soil with him from the site where Jesus Christ was said to have been crucified. And so he's got this little jar of holy soil, and he sprinkles that soil over the church's cemetery when he comes back.
Okay.
And so everyone's super excited about that. They're like, yes, when I die, I totally want to be buried in that cemetery because
the Jesus dust.
Exactly.
Okay.
So everyone throughout Central Europe, they're like, sign me up. When I die, this is my spot.
That's so weird.
So it's now the super cool place to be buried. So as more and more people are being born and then dying, bodies that had been previously buried had to be dug up to make room for the fresh bodies to be buried.
Oh.
Because it's everyone wants to be buried there, and it's not a very big area.
It's weird to have a trendy place to want to die.
Your
in.
resting place.
Yeah.
Well, it's also got super full because the bubonic plague came through Europe in the 14th century. And so during that time, there were nearly 30,000 victims added. And then the Crusades brought another 10,000 more casualties that needed to be buried.
That's a lot of bodies.
Right. In a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So they're just running out of room. So the abbots decided that instead of just tossing out the bones that they're kind of digging up to be reburied, they're going to now put them to good use.
See, I would have gone with stacking them.
Well, they did.
Oh, and they still didn't have enough room?
They still ran out of room. Yeah, they did stack for
Did
quite
they
a while.
try burying them vertically?
I don't think so.
Well,
you think that would have been like a more mathematical equation?
Tetris.
It's a fun game. So in 1511, the job of exhuming the skeletons was given to a half-blind monk.
Oh.
Yeah, that was his job.
That's kind of rude.
I don't know if he liked it or not. I don't know if he enjoyed that job, but yeah, that was his job.
Okay.
And then the community, they are going to start to build like a new Gothic church during the 15th century, and it's going to kind of replace the current one that's going to be bigger and fancier.
Uh-huh.
So a bunch of the bones that they are exhuming were moved and then stacked in the ossuary beneath the new building.
And when they do this, do they still keep track of who they were?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't think so. They're just like a pile of bones.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
So there's these big giant like pyramids of bones that were left undisturbed until 1870, when the abbots, along with this family, the Schwarzenbergs, they were like fancy aristocrats. I was gonna say
that was a great movie. Do you remember that movie?
I just watched it a couple nights ago. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Aristocats.
They actually like ruled over the city at one time. They decided to hire this local wood carver, Francis Rent. And he was going to kind of like take these bones and create something with them.
Oh.
So
that's innovative.
Oh, well, 100%. So there's an estimated 40,000 to 70,000 human remains in some kind. He had to put them in some kind of an order. So what he did, he created beautiful pieces of art from these human bones. And it's called macabre art. And like the definition of macabre is disturbing and horrifying because of involvement with or depiction of death and injury.
Wait, disturbing and horrifying is in the definition?
Uh-huh.
Jeez. I was going to say, you could find that on Pinterest, but no, maybe not.
No, it's macabre art. Maybe you can.
Wow.
So Rent, the artist, the woodworker, he first bleached all the bones to kind of give them like a uniformed look.
Mm-hmm.
And then he created chains of skulls that like stretch across the entryways. There's like, they look like streamers, but they're made out of bones and they cascade down from the ceiling.
Wow.
There's 2 large bone chalices, 4 bone candelabras.
Can you drink out of them?
Probably.
So weird.
There's 2 bone monstrances. I think that's how you say it. I had to look that up too, but it's a vessel used to display the Eucharistic host.
Oh.
There's tons of
weird.
crosses created from like hips and femurs.
And this is all the same guy who did it.
In the same area. Yeah.
That's like Jeffrey Dahmer's dream job.
And it's, the thing is though, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful.
So okay. The people who how much time do you know went by between these people dying and them being made into candelabras?
Well, in 1278 is when the guy brought back the
Jesus dirt.
Yes. And then
I'm just wondering, like, are they the families okay with this, and then the people who died, would they have been okay with this?
Probably because it was so much time had passed, because in 1511 is when they started exhuming, and they were just set in like these big,
so like
giant
300 years at least
pyramids for like 300 years. So 1870 is when they started to make art from them.
That's such a crazy idea.
I'll show you pictures. We'll post those on the gram too.
Okay.
There's 4 like enormous like bell or like pyramid shapes that are in each corner of the chapel. They're just like bones, like pyramids of bones. There's a coat of arms that was dedicated to the Schwarzenberg family, and they're the ones that like funded that project.
Okay.
And it's their family coat of arms, and it includes a raven pecking at the severed head of a Turk.
And this is all made out of bones?
Uh-huh.
Wow.
But then what every source I read, they all talk the most about the giant chandelier.
Ooh.
So the chandelier includes at least one of every bone from the human body. And then it hangs in the very center of the building with like garlands of skulls. And it even includes like some cherubs on it. Because, you know, like
skeletal cherubs.
Well, these ones aren't skeletal, but they're full on little fat angels sitting on like.
But made out of bones.
These ones are not
made out of bones.
Mm-mm. There are some stuff that's incorporated in it.
I feel like he should have kept with the theme. Like everything should have been made out of bones.
Well, he did sign his name on like a wall, like and it's all made in bone. His signature is made out of bone.
And this is all the same person doing all of this.
It's one guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like if he had a Tinder profile?
I make bones.
What do you do for a living?
I make things from bones.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Human bones. But what he did, he wanted to like preserve and keep it as a holy space.
Okay.
So even though it's like bones and like skulls and scariness, it's still like very religious and Catholic. And there's an employee, I'm not even going to try to say her name, but she's like a specialist. And specialist. My words are slurring.
She's a Aristocat specialist.
She cleans the bones individually with a toothbrush. And
that seems unnecessary.
Well, they want it to be like preserved.
But a toothbrush, really?
Well, that's what they say.
I mean, is there anything in your house that you've cleaned with a toothbrush?
Oh yeah, you don't clean your like tile grout with toothbrushes?
No, I don't let it get... No.
I clean my teeth with a toothbrush.
Yeah.
That's about it.
It seems a little over the top.
What one person said about the place, it says it's a transcendental place. Did I say that word right?
I don't...
Transcendental place.
You're transcending in this place?
It's full of questions. Somebody finds here the peace. Somebody finds anxiety. Everybody is different, but for sure we know that one day we will be the same as people in the ossuary.
The same as people?
The same as those people.
As those people.
Like dead skulls.
We all have skeletons inside of us.
Correct. So each of the displays, even though they're religious, like I was saying, he wanted to keep the area like classy, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word, but like.
So we're gonna do skeleton art, but it's gonna be classy. Skeleton art.
He wanted to like remind everyone coming to visit that it was a place of worship, rather than just like death. And
rather than Halloween Town.
Yeah, because I mean, it looks like it. It's crazy. They actually still hold regular masses at the upper chapel, so the one that's above it.
Okay.
And they do services in the lower chapel as well. And they do like concerts and stuff inside the church. And
what bands play there?
It's probably church music.
Oh.
And someone says, we need to understand that it's still a Roman Catholic church surrounded by functional cemetery. Not every visitor respects that. So a lot of the locals, they don't like it like just being kind of like a shot for Instagram pictures.
Selfies.
Right. They want it to still be respected. And so they're trying to kind of educate the tourists about that. And one person said, it's a place where we can go and connect with our family that are no longer with us. A place of rest for those who have died, not only a long time ago, but also those who have passed recently. So, my ripple.
Okay.
I struggled.
Yeah, me too.
Because I really wanted to do this story because I just thought it was so cool and different.
It's really, I've never heard of this before.
I'm going to show you pictures.
Okay.
It's going to blow your brains. But there wasn't a lot. I mean, because people still come to visit it as, an ossuary. It's like this place of bones. It's not a lot has changed over the hundreds of years.
Yeah.
So I'm like thinking bones. What are things about bones? Okay, so I brought Bones coffee.
Oh.
So that's
it took me a while.
Okay, Bones coffee was with my drink, and I'm like, okay, what else is beneficial about bones other than learning your skeletal systems and whatnot? Bone broth.
Oh my God.
So
this is such a stretch.
I know.
This is such a stretch.
So the benefits of bone broth.
Are you really going with this right now?
I'm totally going with it. And not only am I going to give you the benefits, but I'm going to read you the recipe on how to create bone broth. Laugh all you want.
Oh.
So bone broth benefits. It's high in vitamins, minerals, and amino acids.
Okay.
Those are obviously the building blocks of protein. It contains a high amount of collagen. Stop laughing. And then the collagen we know that helps your bones support, but also your skin and
your
hair
and your
nails. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's super easy to digest. So if you're coming off of a fast, if you're doing intermittent fasting or something, bone broth is a really good thing to open up your fast with, especially if you have digestive issues.
Okay.
I'm raising my hand right there. So step 1, you simply save the bones from your roasted chicken, including the legs and wings that, you might have on a platter. And then you add it to a large pot or a Dutch oven, which Dutch oven always makes me giggle. And then you can also put rosemary or lemon wedges in it.
Got it.
Then you put filtered water over it so it's fully covered.
Got it.
And then you add some salt or seasoning. You can also add that afterwards as well so you can taste it,
Got it.
Then you add 1 to 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar.
Why?
I don't know. I've made bone broth.
Okay, Adam just made bone broth a couple weeks ago.
Did you add apple cider vinegar to yours?
Is it supposed to maybe break down the bone a little bit so you get some bone minerals?
That sounds great.
I'm going to go with that.
Oh, you're totally right. Look at you. It's added primarily as the acidity breaks down the collagen and makes it more abundant in the broth.
Wow.
You're like a master chef.
Pretty much.
And then you bring it to a boil and reduce it to a simmer and cover, and you cook it for at least 10 to 12 hours.
Adam, did you do it for that long?
8 hours? 9
Oh,
hours.
wow. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, and that should leave you with 6 to 8 cups of bone broth.
Wow. That was an enlightening.
And then you strain it.
Oh, you weren't done. Okay.
You strain it, and then you can use it.
Okay.
Or store it.
So
that was my bone story.
That was quite the stretch. You're probably going to be sore tomorrow.
I told you.
But now, every time I have bone broth, I'm going to be thinking about all of these dead people that
40 to 70,000 bodies
Pinterested into candelabras and chandeliers.
They're beautiful, though.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you've got to do something with your bones, right?
Yeah.
While you were telling that story, it reminded me of Adam. Since you're here, you can tell me. You showed me a picture the other day of some guy who had his leg or arm or something amputated, and then he had his bone made into a knife handle.
Oh, yeah. I forget what it was. It was on one of the survival pages.
A survival. Okay, yeah. I don't really have any more details.
Part of his leg bone. And they saved it, and he turned it into the handle for a Bowie knife.
So they actually used his own bone for a handle on a knife.
That couldn't
That's
have been
creepy.
in this country, right?
That was it.
It wasn't really? I didn't think you got to take your bones home if they amputated them.
Nick didn't get to take his thumb home.
Rosa's husband only has one thumb.
Mm-hmm. Well, he has 1.5.
1.5. Well, 1 and 3/4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has a little teeny fingernail growing
It
out
does.
of
It's
it.
really gross. It's super gross. And he cut it off what? While you guys were engaged.
A couple months before we got married. Yeah.
How weird. Did you think about not marrying him after he did that?
Yeah, I questioned it. Wasn't marrying the whole man anymore.
Oh, yeah.
All right, get our... Oh, I have our basket for next
Okay.
week's theme. Okay.
I actually had bone broth right before we got here, but I had the little packets, like the dissolvable. They're
That's
like a powder.
not bone broth.
It totally is bone broth. Yeah, they just evaporated all the water out of it.
It's like bouillon. It's like salt.
No, it's not. It's really good. It's actually low sodium.
Really?
It's really tasty.
Huh. I've never heard of that.
It's really good. Oh, Adam's showing me the picture now.
Of the guy with the
guy shatters femur, uses shards for possibly the most metal knife ever. Yes. That would feel so weird to me. Like I wouldn't want to touch it.
Your own bone?
It's like it would, I don't know how to explain it, but it would like,
Creep you out?
yeah.
So have you watched Tiger King yet?
I haven't watched the whole thing. We're on episode 2.
But have you...
Or what, the chick who
Okay,
lost-
you do know that.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. That was in
uh-huh.
the first episode.
Okay. Yeah. Like she...
But a tiger ate it. So you can't, I mean.
No, but they gave her the option of amputating it. And she's like, yeah, take it.
Yeah, it only skinned her. Didn't-
Dang. So if that tiger like took it off, she could have kept that bone.
Yeah.
But she... Yeah, she chose to have it amputated because
So
they
she
told
could
her...
get back to tiger work
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
She went back to work in like 3 days.
5.
5 days. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
She just loved
Tigers.
Tiger King.
Craziness.
Yeah, so this guy, it was after a motorcycle accident, left a man with a more metal than bone in his left thigh. Okay, so they gave him like a fake thing. I don't think he was in the United States though, because I just don't think that they let you keep your bones. I don't know.
I think they do.
Really?
Maybe you can request it. Maybe there's like a form.
I would like my bone, please.
Yeah, I mean, you did make it. You should get to keep it, right?
Yeah, why would they keep
It just seems like a biohazard issue. But then again, like, we've got cow bones and chicken bones lying around all over the place, right?
Well, and you're allowed to take home cremated family members.
Yeah, but I don't think those are really a bio risk anymore.
There's pieces of bone shards in that.
Oh, really? I don't look at that.
Yeah, I have my cremated dog.
Do you, like, poke around in it?
Well, no, but I've seen it. There's shard. It's not like just dust. There's actually like pieces in it.
And then there's people who, like, take ashes and put them in tattoos, which I don't really know how that works either.
That's super like a tattoo artist is not supposed to do that.
I wouldn't think so. And then, like, how does that work? Do they? Because I have plenty of tattoos. Like, where would they put the ash? They can't put it in the ink.
No,
They put it in the ink.
They do.
They
put
do.
it
They
in the
mix
ink?
it in the
They
ink.
drop it in the ink and mix it.
I've seen it.
Really?
Yeah.
That seems like it would make your tattoo like not
Bumpy?
very clean.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like in both cleanliness sense of clean and clean as in like clean lines.
Lines, yeah.
Hmm.
Totally have some blown out lines.
Weird.
It's like a fine powder, and they put it in and they add a little bit more water.
But then you have water in your tattoo.
Well,
then doesn't
ink.
that?
Yeah, it's to mix
The
it in
liquid.
with the ink.
Oh,
The powder breaks down.
huh.
But I've also heard of people, I mean, this is crazy, but mixing ashes in with like a line of cocaine and snorting it.
Wow.
And maybe it's just the crowd that I hang out with. Not that I know people that personally have done that.
Oh
but
my
yeah.
god.
Mhm.
That's quite the memorial right there.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm sure Mother would be so honored.
That I snorted
That you
her
snorted
with
her.
cocaine.
Oh, is it? Oh, I remember hearing. Isn't that what they did with like Tupac? They didn't. No,
They
they
snorted
smoked
him?
him. They
They
smoked him.
smoked
They like
Tupac?
put ashes. I'm pretty sure.
Tupac's not really dead though.
Well, that's a whole nother episode. Wait, was that in?
Did you make that up?
No, I swear I heard that somewhere. I don't know if it's true, but I did hear that.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah.
Things you can do with bones and ashes.
Have you seen the movie How High?
How high? I haven't.
No.
They like dig up Thomas Jefferson and
Come
grind
talk in
him
the
up.
microphone, because otherwise it's just weird garbledness. Okay, so Adam's gonna tell us about the movie How High, which I feel like you and I should have seen. Like, I feel like it's a pretty.
It's with like Redman and Meth Man, I think. and they
and Meth
the
What
rappers.
the hell?
This is an Eric movie. Eric and Adam
There
have
was
watched.
a Teen Mom star who dated a guy who went by Meth Man.
That's pretty much
Meth
all
Man,
the
Meth It.
people that work.
Oh, I thought you said Meth
You
Man.
did say Meth
He did
Man.
say Meth Man, didn't he?
He totally did. That's like all the workers on Tiger King. They're all meth men.
Anyways, so they dig up Thomas Jefferson and Benjamin Franklin and grind them up and smoke them, and then they become apparitions in their visions and help them pass the SATs.
Wait, is this like a stoner version of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
No.
Oh, because that's what it sounds like.
Well, put that one on your
To watch
quarantine
list.
watch list. I
So-
can't imagine any marijuana was involved in the making of that movie.
Remember in episode like 1 or 2, I told you I was going to read that book, Have More Fun?
Yeah. How'd that go?
Well, I'm actually reading it now. We're only on episode, 15? But
It's only taking you like
that
4
many
months?
weeks. Yeah. But I'm, because we're in quarantine town, I'm reading it with all my high school friends, and we talk about each chapter each week on Zoom,
Oh,
Like a book club.
like a book club.
that's cool.
So it's kind of making me. I've honestly, I haven't even really been reading it. I've been listening to it on Audible.
oh well, I call that reading.
Totally.
I refer to that as
Totally.
reading anytime I go through
And
a
it's
book.
really good. It's a really good book. I'm happy.
Really?
I'm happy I'm reading it.
Have you read Girl Wash Your Face or whatever that book is called?
I think I did. I think I had it on Audible as well. And it did not impact me like it did a lot of people.
Okay, so because when you describe the happiness book,
Have More Fun.
Have More Fun book,
Mm-hmm.
it sounded like that to me. And I tried to listen to the Girl Wash Your Face, and I hated it. I couldn't get through it. So,
No,
but
I
if
like
it's
this one.
okay,
It's very good. It's I mean, obviously, if you were gonna read it or listen to it, you'd probably want to skip like the chapter on there's a whole chapter like on being a mom,
oh God.
but
I mean, I have a smoky boy,
you
and
totally do. You could have more fun with him.
ashes.
Yeah, but there's the second chapter is about friendships, and then there's a chapter like about sex, and there's a chapter about marriage, and I mean
I don't have that either.
it's sex or marriage.
Not marriage.
But it's good. I mean, to me, it's worth reading.
Okay.
I like it so far, and it's a quick one. It's like the whole thing is like less than 3 hours.
Really?
It's like 2 hours and 41 minutes.
No way.
Each chapter is like 18 minutes.
Wow, that is super short.
Yeah, I like it, and she's
Because
good. She's fun. She's fun to listen to.
So okay. So you know how I am with my Audible books. My current book, which is probably the complete opposite of your happiness book, is called Fuck Your Feelings.
Oh. Okay, wait. No, that's funny because this is how you know we're related.
Oh, wait, it's reading. Stop.
Oh, look, see, I have Girl Wash Your Face on here, and I have 5 hours and 14 minutes left.
Yeah,
couldn't
see,
finish
I
it.
got that far too, and I was just like, this is awful. And people were raving about that book.
I
They thought it
know.
was so great. But yeah, I highly recommend To Fuck Your Feelings.
So
it's really good.
I have Unfuck Yourself.
I've
on my
read
to read
/ listened to that.
Yeah.
Oh, do you have where the crawfish sing?
No.
Oh, I thought that's what was on your thing.
Mm-mm.
That's a really good book. If you're,
I canceled my Audible until I finished like my whole library here.
Oh,
I do.
I go through
I
them.
do.
Did
How
you
do I
finish
have
it?
that? Where the crawdads sing.
Crawdads, not crawfish. That's such a good book.
It's
oh my
12
gosh,
hours.
I
oh
loved
my God.
it. It was such a great.
I must
story.
have downloaded it because you told me to, because
It
I don't
was
know a thing
so-
about it.
Well, Mom gave me the book, and I started reading it, and I'm like, I don't have time for this, so I downloaded it on Audible, and it's so good.
Okay, I'll have to listen to it.
It's just like a sweet story.
I listened to I Mom So Hard doing
God.
the LA Marathon.
Yeah, so Fuck Your Feelings. Highly recommend. I'm only I have 5 hours and 40 minutes left, and I'm about halfway through it. So your book's got to be super quick with your 2 hour or almost 3 hour book.
I have 2 hours and 48 minutes remaining, and I'm only on chapter 3.
Oh, wow. That's a quick one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
Have More Fun by Mandy Arito. Sure.
yeah. So we'll have to come back and revisit this once
Yeah.
we've finished.
Maybe one day you and I can read a book together and talk about it.
Yeah. We could do a book club.
We could.
Ripple book club.
Do you think people would listen?
We would listen.
And maybe Brianna and Ashlyn. Oh, wait. I have another listener. Scott has been listening. Here's a shout out to Scott.
Okay. Hi, Scott.
His son is on Eden's baseball team.
Oh.
That is no more because
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
no more baseball. No sports, no school, no nothing for now.
Wow.
It's okay. We're going to get through this.
Yep.
All right, no coronavirus talk. Okay, next week you're picking this week.
Oh, do I get to pick?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here we go. It is conspiracy theories.
Is it really? We were just talking about that.
talking about that before we started recording.
Conspiracy
theories.
I've already got mine.
Really?
Yeah, I know it. I'm doing it. I'm super excited about it.
I think I know what it is.
No, you don't.
I might.
Maybe.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have to think of one.
Okay.
Oh, Adam has a suggestion for conspiracy theories. Adam, do you want to do a conspiracy theory story and you can be a guest on the podcast?
Maybe means
Maybe.
nope, not going to happen.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess Adam's going to help me with the story. We'll be a team. Okay.
Cool. Well, until next week, be a fountain.
Not a drain.
Bye.
Goodbye.